Roll Tide Bama fans, what's good, man? It's your boy Mizzy. Man, before I get into my semi rant, I'm gonna just go ahead and talk about the good, what I seen last night. So, first of all, everybody know we won 27-20. And I really, the defense gave up plays. The defense did. They gave up a couple of explosive, a couple of blown coverages. The one when Auburn QB Daniels running out to the right, and like I said, the guy got behind the linebacker, and some miscommunication. He scored. But to tell the truth, for the most part, I just like how the defense is flying around, playing aggressive, turn the ball over. Man, I just want to give a shout. Bray Hubbard, man, Bray Hubbard. I said earlier in the year, this is my favorite player on the team by far, easily. This guy, like I said, he just has a nose for the football. I always say what separates the good defenders between the great ones is guys who can get the ball, turn the ball over, flip the side of the field, and then like I say, man, he gets the ball, then makes a play with it. Almost he tries to get home, but gets tackled. Then end of the game, Cam Coleman, Auburn, number one wide receiver by far. He hits him, forced fumble, puts the ball on the ground. And then, like I say, man, I just love how the defense, you seen at a certain point, the defense, they were trying to punch the ball out. A couple rolled out of bounds. Like, they're making the offense, like, second guess the early in the game. Auburn wide receiver drops the ball, but it's a player coming directly at him. He drops it because he's scared or he's about to get hit. I love all them plays because that's the defense imposing their will on the team, forcing you to account for them, making you think twice when you catching the ball. Somebody is gonna be coming to knock your head off. I hate that we got the target in play, but I'm glad he got throughout the first quarter. So the second quarter, he said, so against Georgia, he'll be back to play the entire game. But what do I got anything else to say good? That's about it. But anyways, guys, so man, Ty Simpson, 19 for 35. That's 3.5 yards per pass. That's not gonna get it done, guys. We won the game. Yes, Ty had 3 touchdowns. That's all well. But man, my biggest takeaway from this game and my takeaway from the previous, I don't know, 4 or 5 games, I would have to go back and look and really dissect all of them. But I've said it in my previous video, man. Ryan Grubb, man, and I came to the conclusion yesterday, man. He just struggles to stack plays. Stack plays on plays. To have that's what coaches say when you're trying to, you're trying to score a touchdown. You're like, okay, let's build on this. His play calling just leaves you scratching your head. I'm talking about first, we get the ball first, Auburn the first. The very first drive, he doesn't run the ball one single time. No runs. And like I said, we get the ball back to Auburn. You would think you're on the road, you're in a hostile environment, or you already know the crowd loud. Why when you come out, let's try to establish the run, try to take some pressure off of Ty Simpson. Let's not throw him to the wolves. Auburn is blitzing everybody because Auburn has nothing to lose this game. They sending everybody they can in Ty Simpson's face to try to get a sack, turn the ball over. But you go out first drive, no runs. And then we seen Jam Miller start getting it going. But if you pay attention, that's why it's good to watch the games and you can't just look at the stat sheet. If you look at the stat sheet, you'll be like, oh yeah, he was committed to running the ball. Man, it was times second quarter, Jam get it going, he's running. But it would be times he does stuff makes no sense. I spoke previous. Bray Hubbard, he gets the interception. We get the ball. Great time for the cash in because your defense just got you a extra possession. What you do the very next play, he tries a trick play, loses about 15 yards. That drive is a 3 and out. And all of it started from the very first play. You try a trick play, lose 15 yards, man, come out and run the ball. Like, I don't know, sometimes I tell people like, man, some coordinators, man, they just want to prove their genius. They want to create this just magical play. They just want to show how, man, look, can't nobody draw up a play like I can. When a lot of times keep it simple. Just like I say, man, your Jam Miller had it going. You barely, I don't know why Daniel Hill was out the game until the fourth. Like he came in and had like four carries until the fourth when Jam went down. Now you got to put him in, and you seen how he's fighting through yards. You have a 6'1", 244-pound running back. Use him accordingly. Stop bringing him in the game to motion him out, and now you want to throw him a pass. It doesn't make any sense. That's what I'm saying. Like it's multiple times in the game. It's you get to 2nd and 3. Instead of running the ball, trying to pick up the yards, you try a pass play, don't get it. Now you try a pass again, don't get it. Now you were 2nd and short, you didn't run the ball none. And it just plays like that. I'm like, man, come on, man. Like Ryan Grubb, I just see why Seattle let him go. And I think in the previous press conference, they were asking him about it was some teams looking to, I guess, to hire him. I don't know if it was for a head coach or, a coordinator. But either way, I don't know if he's coaching to try to get another job or what. But, man, just keep it simple, man. Like I said, man, we were 4 for 17 on 3rd down. Ty Simpson's 19 for 35. Why are you throwing the ball? You keep passing the ball, and you see that it's not working. You're like, man, get down, run the ball. It's like, I know you was in Washington when Kalen DeBoer was, but this is the SEC. This is a physical conference. This is about imposing your will on another team. The same way Ohio State and Michigan game is, the whole SEC is that. That's the reason they struggle with some games, because this league is not about looking cute. When Georgia played Georgia Tech Friday night, what they did, Gunner threw an interception. They start running the ball. Man, look, they don't care if it looks boring. Run the ball. If we run the ball 10, 12 straight times, if we're getting chunks every time, 2-3 yards, then all of a sudden, like I said, you got 10 yards to get a first down. If you run the ball the first time, you get 3 yards, 4, 5. Now you're stacking plays. But we got to stop. I just think Ryan Grubb put our offense in bad positions to succeed. Because every time when you're behind the sticks, like now you asking Ty Simpson to make this magical play, which, like I said, sometimes he does make. We seen with the 4th and 2. Yes, we scored, but that play didn't even make no sense to me. Because because this how offenses work, they knew they was going forward. Then if they didn't get the then convert the 3rd down. So why when you run the ball right there, it's 3rd and 2, you run. If you get stopped, or maybe you got a yard and maybe it's 4th and 1, or maybe you do get it with the run. Now all of a sudden what you do, you get stopped, and like I say, thankfully Isaiah Horton caught the pass. Oh, that's another thing I forgot when I was talking about what was good. Isaiah Horton, he had, I think, only 35 yards, but he had 3 big touchdowns. The one earlier on the last drive, he had in his hands, but the Auburn defender didn't give up on it. I'm not going to count too much against him because the guy knocked it out. Great play. But like I say, Isaiah Horton was big. And then I don't know what's going on with Ryan Williams. He was on the sideline at a certain point a lot. I don't know what's going on with Ryan Williams. In my opinion, and like I say, look at 2 wide receivers. I'm a big fan of Lazar Brooks. If you watch that guy when he catches the ball, runs, he's real tough. He's a tough physical receiver. When he runs the ball, it's almost like a halfback running the ball. If you watch Ryan, I think this year, that's why I tell people the NIL deals. I love these kids getting money, but it kind of hurts because, look, you have all the success last year. You come in this year, it doesn't seem like you worked on your game. It doesn't seem like you came in this year focused. Like I said, you took a step back. And I'm not saying Ryan can't get it together. Like Ryan, he still has all the talent in the world. I still think Hollywood he can achieve everything he want to achieve. But it just seems he lost some focus. And he needs to get back to Get back to worrying about football. All that outside noise and the podcasts and endorsement deals and like everybody's so worried about their business now, they forget the reason you're successful is you're playing football. And Ryan, you still want to get to the next level. So like I say, man, Ryan Williams, he didn't have a single target last night. Wasn't even in the game playing at all. I hate if you even had a bet on Ryan Williams last night because you definitely lost money unless you took his under. But another thing was, like I said, we was 4 for 17 on third down. Man, against better teams, that's not gonna get it done. We know Auburn is we of course when they play these games, we know they'll play above their head. But man, that's not gonna get it done. 4 for 17 on third down. But like I say, the thing that helped us out, we was 3 for 3 on fourth down. And like I said, it was ballsy of Coach DeBoer to go for that 4th and 2. A lot of coaches would have kicked the field goal. I think that was him. He was like, look, if we don't get it, it's 2020. Auburn's backed up in their end zone. I don't believe that they can I believe in our defense. That's another thing, guys. Kane Womack, we gotta, because early in the season, a lot of people was like, oh man, this defense has been carrying this team for this second half of the season. This defense is carrying the team. If we beat Georgia next week, how much you want to bet that it will be because of the defense forcing turnovers, giving the offense second chances? Because this offense, like I said, man, Ryan Grubb is a play caller. He's leaving a lot to be desired on the field. Like I said, you can't make sense of some of the routes. Like one time, it's 3rd and 5. You need, like I said, 5 yards to get the first down. If you go back and watch the play, he got a corner route on the left side, like a 12-yard corner route. You got somebody doing an in and out that's breaking all the way down the field. Like it's play. You need 5 yards. Why are you going deep? Auburn sending extra blitzes. They're sending extra pressure because they try not to let Ty Simpson be comfortable. They've watched tape. Everybody has watched tape on this team and like, you know what? Let's not let Ty just sit back there comfortable. Let's get his timing off. That's any quarterback. Like I said, man, you know, this team, they have everything. I think they have the talent that can win them a championship. Yes, I know they're banged up. Man, trust me, I already know. I know Jam Miller, Josh Cuevas. Like it's a whole other list of people that's out. But that's the thing, playing in the SEC, man, you're gonna be banged up. When we play Georgia next week, us and Georgia probably leave out that game, guys banged up. The center's banged up. Our center has a cast. Georgia's center just went out this past week. That's going to affect them next week. Because, you know, if your center has a cast on and he's taped up, the center can't move. You seen Alabama when the guy get threw out for targeting, the other guy came in, his hand is in a cast all wrapped up because his right hand broke. He toughed out and played. So just playing in the SEC is tough, and like I said, that builds character as well. Because like I said, you got to figure it out, and that's why I say like Ohio State, Oregon, Indiana. I'm looking at their schedules yesterday, just like, man, these teams, like, their schedules is so soft. So that's the one thing that I think, like, it's a double-edged sword. It's good and bad because one thing. Ohio State, when they're playing now, their team is way fresher because Michigan is the most physical team they're going to play all year, and that was their last game. Well, that was their game yesterday. It took all the way to almost the end of the season, regular season, to play your most physical opponent. The SEC plays that week in and week out once you get into your SEC schedule. Once you're playing your Tennessees, your Ole Miss, your Vandy's, your like Missouri's, none of these teams is cakewalk. Auburn, we seen Auburn play Alabama tough yesterday. We seen when Florida do Arkansas. We see these teams that doesn't have good records as far as the SEC, but are no cakewalks. We seen when Georgia played Florida. It comes down to the last drive. All these games are physical when you're playing in the SEC. Like I said, playing these other conferences, man, and I think next week Indiana is, maybe they'll surprise me, but I think Indiana is gonna get blown out by Ohio State. I just don't see the talent. And like I say, man, just go. I want everybody, even if you're not an Alabama fan, just go look at Ohio State schedule, Oregon schedule, Indiana schedule. Look at some of these teams' schedules and see the competition they're playing, and it doesn't match up. Like Notre Dame. How is Notre Dame ahead of Alabama when Alabama played way more competition? I get the Florida State loss. The Florida State loss is, man, look, me and my friends who Alabama fans, we say every week, how did y'all lose to this team? The only conclusion I got is you came in the first game unfocused and like I said, man, you just weren't ready to play. That's the only thing I can think. But anyways, guys, man, like I said, man, because I'll be ran forever. You know, like I said, man, Bama played, I don't know, maybe a C- game. Maybe a C- game. So like I said, man, that offense, man, the offense leads so many points on the board. And and I forgot to mention earlier, Ty Simpson, you gotta hit on some of these deep passes. I don't know if sometimes Ty mechanics are off because he had I don't remember if it was Bernard. I don't remember who it was running open. I think it was Bernard, but I could be wrong. But he was running. He's about in the middle field, like he's coming over to the left. Ty throws it, misses him about a yard or two. You gotta catch them in. You got to, like, when you're playing these top level teams, especially like I said, once you start playing the Georgias, once you get into the playoffs, playing like I said, Ohio State, you gotta make them plays. Cause like I said, as soon as you miss them plays, they come back to bite you in the ass. Every time. Every time. I tell people that every time when you miss a play, it comes back to bite you. When Alabama was and Bray Hubbard, he's great at catching the ball. The Alabama defender that missed the interception in the fourth quarter, dead in his hands, jumped up, missed it. The very next play, Auburn scored. Very next play. Them plays always come back to bite you because you got to capitalize on major plays. Like I say, especially when you playing big-time competition, you can't be playing missing out on them plays. When we played Oklahoma early in the game, we missed probably was going to be a pick six. You got to make them. You got to make them plays. You got to. And I think Coach DeBoer, one thing about him, I said I was going to end the video. You see I'm still talking. But anyways, Coach DeBoer, and I'm not trying to say Coach DeBoer need to be Nick Saban. A lot of coaches do this, not only Nick Saban. But, man, sometimes you got to kind of overrule the offensive coordinator or overrule the defensive coordinator. You know, and I know Caden DeBoer, he knows offense, so it probably would lean more likely to him saying something to Ryan Grubb. But when Ryan Grubb gets in the mode of these trick plays and it's 3rd and 1 and he want to throw the ball, Nick would come over to Lane Kiffin or whoever the offensive coordinator was. You would see him look. If he get that the play sheet or whatever, you see Nick leaning over to him. Everybody who was watching would have just imagined Nick is like, run the effing ball. Because all of a sudden you would see it would be one of those drives, a 12-play drive, and 9 and 10 of it was runs. And you could tell the play call and change once Nick walked over there. I'm like, man, you just got to be more of assertive. I think Kalen DeBoer's a nice guy, which is good, but you can't be too friendly, man. You got to let guys know, like, hey, man, y'all playing big-time football. Later in the game when Lazar Brooks, and like I said, I like Brooks. I think he has a lot of potential. I think he's going to be a great wide receiver. When Alabama kicked the ball off after scoring off the 4th and 2, and the Auburn player mishandled the kick on the kickoff, balls on the ground, Lazar Brooks make a key mistake that a lot of people probably wouldn't notice because Auburn still end up not getting in on the 2 plays they tried. But Brooks, he's running for the ball. Anybody teaches you, just fall on the ball. Because, like I say, the game is over. Alabama's up 27-20. You fall on the ball, they're going to knee, and it's over. Brooks runs. He tries to pick up the ball because he wants to go score. He wants to go get in the end zone. That's a play right there Nick Saban would have went crazy on. He would have been screaming at him, fall on the effing ball, son. Like, them the plays that I think Coach DeBoer, look, to get the best out of your team, you got to you got to force the issue, coach. You can't be just too relaxed and just, oh, well, you know, whatever happens, happens. You got to get into these guys sometimes. Everybody's, like I say, I know these guys nowadays, they getting paid a lot of money, and I feel like sometimes now the coaches are scared to criticize the players because if you got a guy on your team making 4-5 million, you like, hey man, what can I say to this guy? He's making almost what I'm making. But look, man, you gotta criticize the guys, and you gotta make them better. If you criticize them, it's coming from a place of love because you know the potential that they got. And like I say, with Brooks, the potential's there. Ryan Williams, the potential there. Isaiah Horton, I've been saying the guy 6'4" can run out the gym. Why is we not using him? And like I said, man, I keep saying Ryan Grubb. If we lose this year, people gonna go back and look at some of the play calling Ryan Grubb was doing. But we'll see. Hey, like I said, man, we got Georgia coming up. I have my video out probably either today or tomorrow for the Georgia game. I got to sit down, go back, really watch some games, and really analyze Georgia. I did watch the Georgia versus Georgia Tech game. I spoke on that briefly. You can check my previous video if you want to see that. But anyways, guys, finally, hey, I'm done talking. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Oh man, hey Auburn, 6 times in a row. 6 times in a row, dog. Hey, stop playing with us, man. Even a tied C game still get y'all bums out of here.